Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and football fans around the world. We appreciate you so very much for tuning in here tonight to another edition of 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your directly for all that sports. Thank you all so very much for being here and showing us some love on this beautiful Thursday evening. It is a beautiful day over here in SoCal. Hopefully it's not too cold where you guys are, where anybody is around the country, because I know it's starting to get cold in other places. And, well, let's just say I'm a little jealous because I love the cold. Regardless, though, I wouldn't trade our summers for anything. Our summers usually run from, basically July to July, So, anyway, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get things started here tonight for this should be one good face-off. Seriously, this should be fun. Why? Because there's a buck here that I didn't know was a buck. So we got $2. We don't got one buck, we got $2. We could buy ourselves a candy. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, glad to have you guys here tonight once again. And thank you all so very much for tuning in. All right, so as you all know, we got a little fight going on here tonight on Thursday Night Football between one team that's, seen better days, 2017, and one team that, I don't know how. Yes, I do. Yes, I know how it happened. Tom Brady. Without him, I'm not sure that this would have happened last year. But Tom Brady's there, and, guess what? Wherever Tom Brady goes, Lombardi's follow. So, with that said, y'all, this is going to be a pretty fun one tonight, and I'm really, really hoping we can have ourselves a good game, and it's not one-sided. I really hope that that's what we get. I'm trying really hard to get my fiance more into football, and if we get a boring game tonight, I don't want to steer her away, damn it. So, so with that said, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's get ready for Primetime Face-Off number 1 of Week 6 here in the NFL 2021/2022 season. I said 2001. That's when my Raiders were relevant, you guys. Not anymore. Anyway, you guys will get to know me. I slam my Raiders every chance I get. So, yes, no one has to do it for me. I do it for me. So, anyway, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to rock and roll for tonight's Primetime Face-Off. Should be a good one here as we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all set to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going down tonight in the city of Philly. And, let's just say they might need Rocky to get in and throw a few punches if this one gets ugly. So, here we go, y'all. So, tonight's Primetime Face-Off is already in set. And I hope you're ready for a good one, y'all. So, representing the Philadelphia Eagles here for his first time, hopefully many. Really, really cool dude, man. I'm glad he got to be a part of tonight's show. Was referred to me by Mr. Dan Geis. Great dude, and I'm really glad that he was able to be here as well, tuning in here on the audience tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, he is, of course, from Talking 215. Check out that podcast, y'all. You can catch him on Twitter. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joey K. What's going on, man? How you doing today, Joey?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it, Larry. Really looking forward to some banter, some trash talk, some arguments, some debates. Whatever you want to throw at me, man. If Philly is anything, it's a fighting city. So I'm gonna come out swinging, man. We may not get the W, but either way, I'm here to represent for my boys tonight.
Hey, I love that, man. You guys have put a better fight up than the Raiders would. So so good stuff. Anyway, with that said, welcoming, of course, 2 Buccaneers fans tonight. Of course, first one here. I believe he said he was by way. I thought he was an Eagles fan. I couldn't believe it. By way of Tampa. It's kind of funny because I thought an eagle in Tampa territory, but it just was not. That wasn't the case. Regardless, pretty cool cat, man. I've had him here on the show, I believe, years ago. Glad to have him here, ladies and gentlemen, representing his Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mr. Jeff. What's going on, Jeff? How you doing today, man?
Man, it's great. Thanks for having me here, and it's good to have another Buck here with me so we can kind of tag team this like it's going to happen tonight. So I'm pretty excited.
I'm loving it. Hey, well, we had on Sunday night, we actually had a 2-on-1 with the Ravens. We had 2 Colts versus 1 Raven, and it was a really, really good one, and everyone was going Ravens, and freaking Colts damn near destroy the Ravens and then thought it was a fun thing to come back. I'm just saying that was a fun one. So anyway, really cool. We do get this every now and then where it's 2-on-1 and everything. So all right, and also here tonight for his first time of hopefully many, the man has got probably one of the coolest walls I've ever seen behind him, man. He's got all kinds of neat stuff back there, and I'm enjoying it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here for his first time once again of hopefully many, Bucs Banter. What's going on, man? How you doing tonight?
Happy to be here, Larry. Appreciate the invite, my dude. And Joey, I respect the 1 versus 2 thing. I didn't know it was going to be an unfair fight, but I look forward to teaming up with Jeff and bringing up hopefully some logical points here on behalf of our defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I was told we wouldn't be using logic tonight, so
that's your only shot, eh?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, with that said, gentlemen, it has been today. It's kind of crazy. I had a day off, and my day off has been more hectic than my days working. I don't know how that happened. I really don't know how that happened. But I had to throw this show together in like an hour. So thank you to Jeff and Bucs Banter for being here. I had Joey this morning, and I was like, yeah. And then I kind of just forgot about the show until like an hour ago. My gosh, I'm telling you. Because it's like, when you have a whole bunch of things to do, and it's like you hit everything on at once. Well, that's what happened today. And I was like, oh, yeah, there's a show tonight at 4. Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. So, yeah, so that happened. So regardless, thank you to everyone for being here tonight. We only have one judge. So you guys, how cool is this? A Charger fan is going to pick the winner of tonight in the debate. Yeah, that's interesting. So welcoming our lone judge. Usually we have 3. We have our lone judge here tonight by way of Southern California. He's in the chat room right now. He is the host of the SoCal Supreme Sports Show here at IA Sports Radio. Also, the host and founder of Set Point, our volleyball show here at IA Sports Radio, covering all things volleyball. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Taryn Rodriguez, of course. So big up to him. Appreciate you for being here. He said, I'm in here. Absolutely, brother. So, all righty. With that said, he's got a whole bunch of things to say, which is kind of funny to start us off here. But yes, it is definitely a beautiful day in Cali. The Eagles will need more than Jalen Hurts if they want to win. I think Joey can agree. So there you go. Take a shot every time Larry mentions the Raiders. You guys will be pissed drunk. Don't do that. There it goes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Every time I insult my team, you guys will have to go to rehab tomorrow. So don't do that. Let's see here. I've had a day and a half. I get you, brother. Lots of going on. And by the way, there's your support there in the chat. That's right, Joey. They support Dan, guys. Go Birds. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Gentlemen, let's get ready to boogie, y'all. So, starting things off here tonight in our primetime face-off. Make sure you go ahead and get down here on this link on Twitter at 3and Out IESR. Let us know who you think is going to win tonight's game in the voting poll. Let us know. And then, of course, this will not be the winner of the entire face-off, but it'll let us know who you think is going to win tonight. So here we go, y'all. Starting things off, X Factors. You love them. I love them. We all love some X Factors. With that said, Joey, you are you are not the away team. You have a movie down here because you are the home team tonight. So, Jeff, start us off, man. X Factors. Who are your X Factors for your Bucs tonight and why?
I think Antonio Brown's going to have a big day because they're obviously going to focus their attention on Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. And I mean, when you have potentially 3 number ones, I mean, I was looking at the Eagles defense. Granted, they've held 3 games this year to right around 300 yards and under. The only game they gave up was Kansas City. So if I look at the Kansas City Chiefs, I look at their offense comparable to Bucs as far as like weapons. So, I mean, I feel really good with what we got going on. I am a little worried about their front 4. If we're talking Eagles X Factors, the one person I'm going to worry about is Zach Ertz. Probably going to eat a little bit tonight, but I mean, that's really my only worry on the Eagles offense as far as their X Factors.
Okay, all righty. So, all right, next up, Bucs Banter. What you got, man? Who are your X Factors tonight for your Bucs and why?
Yeah, I'm going to actually just kind of build off of what was just said in terms of the Buccaneers are without Levante David, who is arguably our best, one of our leaders. He's Tom Brady of our defense, and that's a big hit. And Devin White has been susceptible to giving up yardage in coverage. And for a guy like Zach Ertz or Kenny Gainwell or Miles Sanders coming out of the backfield, that's going to be an issue because Levante David is our coverage linebacker. So he's a huge X factor for us. If he can prove to not be too out of control and actually hold down the fort, and from a coverage perspective mainly, because I don't expect the Eagles to run much, that could be a big difference maker. If he's doing work, then the Eagles are in serious trouble because they're going to be scheming their offense, short passes. That's what I expect anyway. That's what I expect them to do. So Devin White.
Completely agree. Great stuff there from both of you, Jeff and Bucs Banter. Great points made. Judges, this might be a tough one. I'm telling you, these guys are technical. I think Joey's going to be ready to come out with some punches, though. So, Joey, give it to us, man. Who are your X factors for tonight for your Eagles and why?
Well, both these guys kind of hinted at who my X factor would be. With Dallas Goedert being out, the obvious answer was Zach Ertz. But since I got to come to the table with something, since it's 2-on-1 here, I'm going to give you an X factor for the Eagles right now, and that's Quez Watkins, arguably our fastest wide receiver that we have on the team. He's a Deshaun Jackson type player. Bucs fans, you know exactly who Deshaun Jackson is. So do Eagles fans. I look at Antoine Winfield being out. You already talked about Levante David being out in the middle of that field. I look at the Bucs secondary as one that is susceptible to giving up a lot of passing yards. You could say that's because Brady and the offense have built a big lead, but I've also seen them just not be able to cover a single soul. I'm not worried about Richard Sherman. He's over 10, 11, 12 years older than Quez Watkins, cannot run with him even if he was in his prime. And again, they don't have that ball hawk Antoine Winfield back there either. So if the Eagles are able to establish some semblance of a run, I know the Buccaneers have the number one run defense in the league, and we do not run the ball. I really think a huge shot up top to Quez Watkins, playmaking ability, play action, get him over top. There's not a DB on that team that can run with him. So Quez Watkins is my X factor for the Eagles.
Okay, there we go. Good opening round. Now, this is always fun because we start things off where you guys don't really talk crap. I mean, unless you want to throw some shots early. Well, now it's time to talk some crap. And this is fun. I'm sorry, but it's always great. Just battling, having a great time. Let's talk some crap, y'all. So real quick, let's take a look at the chat room, by the way. Beantown Brandon, of course, the host of Titletown Sports here at IA Sports Radio, just jumped in. And since this show was literally thrown together super quick, he's going to be our second judge here tonight. So thank God we got two judges. That means we actually could have a tie. So let's hope that they don't pick a tie and we pick one of you guys with the unanimous. So with that said, good stuff so far. Thank you so very much. Dan Geis has enjoyed this one so far. So appreciate you, man. And yeah, there you go. So apparently Brandon thinks you said something funny, Joey. So I don't know. But so with that said, let's get on to the second round and talk a little crap, y'all. Into the fire round, but we talk about weaknesses. Oh yeah, this one's fun. So this is for Jeff and Bucs Banter. Once again, you guys are the away team, so you'll be starting us off here. So Jeff, start us off, man. What are your weaknesses on the Eagles? Don't jump all at once now. I'm sorry. But what are your weaknesses on the Eagles that you feel the Bucs can expose to win tonight?
Well, I feel one of their biggest key elements, obviously, Lane Johnson being out for personal reasons. Just looking at their offense line in general, I mean, I think you're going to see Todd Bowles be super aggressive tonight because what Joey alluded to with their wide receivers, being able to stretch the field on our crippled cornerbacks. I think with a depleted offensive line, we bring the house like we did kind of last week versus the Dolphins. I think you're going to get Jalen Hurts out of his elements a little bit as far as being rattled. I think if we can get Shaq Barrett and JPP on the outside to kind of clamp, and what I mean clamp is keep Jalen in the box. So he has to stay in the pocket to throw, because if we can get him to stay in the pocket, he's not going to eat. I mean, he's not going to have time to pass. Like Banter said, they're probably going to dink and dunk a little bit going back to the Cowboys game tape, because that's very it's useful against us. But I think, like I said, the weakness tonight is going to be their offensive line. I don't see Jalen Hurts getting a lot of time to throw.
Yeah, we talk about Carr here. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, right. Okay, so yeah, it sounds a lot like Carr. Man, that sounds just like Carr. Anyway, so thank you so much for getting rid of our freaking center and guards. Anyway, sorry, not Raider football time. It's Buccaneer football time. Sorry. All right, so Banter, start us off, but keep us going, brother. Who are your weaknesses on the Eagles, or what are the weaknesses on the Eagles that you feel that your Bucs can expose for the victory tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to look on the other side of the ball. I already mentioned how the Buccaneers are down Levante David, and obviously Joey mentioned how depleted they are on the back end of the secondary. Totally valid points. But I actually think the Eagles linebackers are a major point of concern for that team this season. It's just not a position that they have invested a lot of resources into, and I think it's really showing this year with how porous they've been against the run. And I think it's not just Leonard Fournette that could potentially keep rolling and building off of his momentum and the success he's had early this year. But also, I actually think Godwin is going to feast tonight. Brady loves looking at Chris Godwin over the middle when he's playing his zone scheme. Philly likes to bend but don't break, similar to that Todd Bowles approach, except they don't blitz very often. So it puts a lot of pressure on the linebackers, and they're going to get caught up trying to deal with Chris Godwin, who's going to be playing predominantly out of the slot. And I actually think he's the Buccaneer who is most likely to really eat tonight. And he was the least targeted last week. So AB and Mike Evans had huge days. Godwin quietly accumulated around 70 yards receiving. So I think tonight we're going to see a lot of catches and a lot of action for Chris Godwin, taking advantage of the linebacking core of the Eagles. That would be their weakness.
I can see that. Okay, well, Joe, you heard two Bucs fans get on you, man. Yeah, I think it's time to talk back now. So you defend your team, and then you could also not defend. You could be like, well, damn it, they got a point, and, give them props. Or you can be like, no, y'all are delusional. Stop it. None of that nonsense. No, not going to happen. And then, of course, I want you to come back with your weaknesses. Of course, wrong one. Your weaknesses on the Buccaneers, if you can find any. I'm just kidding. Your weakness on the Buccaneers that you feel that your Eagles can expose tonight for the victory.
All right, so both of the points they made are valid. If I had, as an Eagles fan, to look inside and say, what are our weaknesses? Linebacker's been a weakness since Nam. We haven't had a good one, a playmaking linebacker, in forever, since Jeremiah Trotter, the X-Man. So linebackers, absolutely. I couldn't be happier that Gronk is out, because he'd be eating across the middle all day with our linebacking core. Also, our offensive line. You mentioned Lane Johnson. We're missing 4 of our 5 starters on the offensive line. And I know somebody wants to jump in and correct me and say, oh, but Jordan Mailata's playing. He's playing right tackle. He's a left tackle. That's not his normal position. So he's still a backup in that regard. He also sprained his right knee and now has to work at setting on the right side of the line, which anybody who's ever played offensive line can tell you, switching sides isn't easy. It's unnatural. You don't do it. It's like wiping your butt with your other hand. It doesn't work. It'll get the job done, but at the end, it's going to be messy. That's my little thing for you guys there to marinate with. But coming back, if I got to talk about the weakness again, we're talking about it. It's that Bucs secondary. I mean, it stinks of desperation that you got to go knocking on the door of Richard Sherman, no pun intended, trying to knock down that door to get Richard Sherman to come out of retirement, out of his 38-year-old retirement home, to come guard receivers, and Philly happens to have some of the fastest wide receivers in the league. Come on now. I'm not even worried about that. We haven't even talked about any of the other guys, because Richard Sherman is more of a name than some of the other guys that the Bucs have in their secondary. Granted, Antoine Whitfield's out. We know that. Granted, they lost Sean Murphy-Bunting, guys like that are out that could make plays. But this Bucs secondary, I don't even care if Brady gets the lead. That's going to work in our favor. We don't run the ball anyway. They stop the run. Let's just light it up all day with Jalen Hurts. He's going to be throwing on that secondary all day.
Okay. Even Dan Geis says classic. Wow. That was something. Terrence says here, what an analogy. Yeah, absolutely. But he's right. He's right. I have, unfortunately, in high school, had to play a little bit of the fat boy side that I don't like. I'm on the other boy side, the strong guys, the defensive line, sorry. But hey, offensive linemen are the strongest guys in the field, but I got to give them a hard time. Anyway, with that said, you guys, yeah, wow. You're totally right. Not even switching sides, but you really went there. Yeah.
I thought it was the trash talking segment. I thought I was supposed to come with something there.
No, you're absolutely right, but I didn't think about that. I'm thinking about like weaknesses, and as you're saying it, I was like, holy crap. And then absolutely, and it should be trash talking. I love it. No, nothing wrong with that, but I guess you exposed something that I didn't think about. I mean, Sherman, man, that was cold-blooded, but okay. Good stuff there. Beantown Brandon, my Pats feasted on Bucs secondary. It's true. That was a close game.
Tom Brady's Pats feasted on the Bucs secondary.
Brandon.
Isn't Beantown Brandon one of the judges? I think Beantown Brandon is correct in what he said. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. Look at Dan, guys, talking crap. Knocking on the door. Sure, you guys are cold. So Beantown Brandon says, Joey with the analogies and the trash talk. Bucs guys are slacking. Step it up, boys. Oh, no. Okay, well, now we want to hear the crap talk and go backwards. So, Jeff, start us off, man. What do you think? Defend your team versus Joey, man.
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, there's not much the Eagles can really do tonight. Yeah, Fletcher Cox and Graham can eat a little bit. And our run game, if we can get like Buck Banners alluded to, their linebacking core is not that great. So if we get past the first and second level, it's going to be over if Leonard Fournette gets started. We don't even have to talk about Ronald Jones because, I mean, we got so many people to go around. It's not really fair for Joey. I mean, I don't really need to talk junk. I mean, we're going to pretty much do the talking on the field. There's not much we don't have tonight going for us, except the secondary. We can keep talking about the secondary all night, but, I mean.
I can talk a little bit of shit here, pardon my friend.
Here we go.
I liked it though. That was a nice piece, Joey. I was into it. I gotta say, I respect where you're coming from. But I think picking on Richard Sherman in what's going to be his third game as a Buccaneer. I mean, I think that's a reach, and it might even be as big of a reach, but not quite as the Philadelphia Eagles passing on Justin Jefferson to select Jalen Reagor. Talk about your fast boys out wide. The fact you're bringing up Trez Watkins, and you could be talking to me about Justin Jefferson.
Trez Watkins.
Sorry, pardon me. I don't know the dude's name.
You will tonight.
That's my rebuttal. That's my rebuttal.
I love this. Okay, you know what? Yes, now it's getting fiery. Judges, I hope you're enjoying this. Y'all better be enjoying this. Damn it, these are always so much fun. I don't know, man. What are you sipping there, Buck? What are you sipping there, Bucks Banter?
It's a little Beantown homebrew in honor of our boy in the chat here, Beantown Brandon.
Oh, look at him trying to come back with it. Look at him trying to come back. I love it. I mean, I'll give you a little bit of a rebuttal there, both of you guys. First of all, Brandon Graham is out for the year, so I'm not sure how much of a difference he's going to make tonight. I know you mentioned him. He's out. And Bucks Banter, I already told you, it's not Trez, it's Quez. Might be Trez if he scored 3 touchdowns. He might tonight. We'll see. But also – Some about Bucks fans that just kind of rubs me the wrong way, and I'm going to say it. And it's, you got Beantown representing there. He's had Tom Brady. Us Eagles fans, we own things. We own losing seasons. We own our history of being loud, obnoxious fans. We own our 2017 Super Bowl. We own that. You guys don't own what you have. You're renting Tom Brady. You're getting him on lease. He is owned by the New England Patriots fan base, the fans, the Patriots, that team, and you said, hey, let me break you off a little bit and let me lease him. When he retires and does his Hall of Fame speech, it's going to be all Pats, baby, all Patriots. So I get it's time to gloat and be, oh, we're the Bucks, we're this, we're that. You couldn't give away a ticket before Tom Brady came in here. So props on going to CarMax, getting that lease approved. I appreciate it. You got Tom Brady for a little bit, but when he's gone, AB will be gone too, and that'll be the end of that. So just enjoy it while you can.
I got some huge breaking news thanks to Joey. If you guys are short on cash tonight and you do FanDuel or anything, please pick up Quez Watkins because he's available in every league possible, and he's guaranteed to average 8.1 points potentially. So I would jump on this like it's going out of sale. Like, get on this, guys. I mean, after this, he's going to be off the charts.
Does he list him as an X factor, or does he list him as a guy, an MVP to play?
His position rank is 63rd, so he's in the top 100. So get on this wide receiver tonight. Thanks, Joey. Send him some money for this huge pickup for FanDuel tonight, guys.
I got you. With the interest that's accumulating on that CarMax loan, I should be able to afford him.
Oh, hey, man. I just tried to claim him. He's not good till Wednesday. Damn. I missed out. I should have met Joey on Tuesday.
Come on, Joey. Where were you, man?
Quez, Buck.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Hey, just because you guys aren't familiar with who he is, that's not my fault. If I had to provide a little bit of education and help you do your homework tonight, I'm sorry.
I mean, he's been targeted 17 times, so he's a huge X factor.
Do we need to go over Richard Sherman's stats? Do we need to do that? Like I said, he's played 2 games, 17 beers, 2 games.
Well, Quez beyond Richard Sherman, because if he's got 17 targets, when does he see the field? Does he line up in slot? Does he line up? Where does he line up?
I mean, you want me to give it away? I know that Bruce Arians is listening to this pod right now.
Siri's having trouble. Try Google. Okay, Google. No.
Let me know when you're done with the Google.
Searches aren't coming up with anything on this guy. Damn it, we're Quez.
That was funny.
Siri keeps bringing up quizzes. No,
I got to give it to Joey though. That was a good burn. The whole lease versus owning thing.
Yeah.
But the one thing the Buccaneers and their fans do own is the current holding of the Lombardi Trophy, right, my guy? So let's not forget that is an ownership approved, and it will be owned forever.
Yeah.
I think you guys got like 1 since the 60s. We got 2 since then.
Let me search that.
And anyway. But yo, I appreciate it. I thought that was good, Joey. I got to give it to you, man. Well done.
You know what?
We got one too. We got one in 2017. But for the life of me, Jeff, while you're Googling, what quarterback did we beat in that Super Bowl to get that one? I can't.
Brady, because
that's
Brady
what
dropped the ball.
Just, I knew you had the Google up, so I figured I'd ask you.
I appreciate it. Do you know who closed out the vet with a win and opened up Lincoln Financial with a win?
Rondé Barber. That's why we burnt that place down. We don't talk.
What about the new place? We opened that with a win too. Not very good at home. It's gonna be a good game.
Gentlemen, I have loved this. This has been amazing. We got one more round. This is what I love the best. See, this show is awesome. It gets crazy. It gets nice. It gets respectful. It gets really disrespectful. It gets fun. This crap, I'm telling you, man, this is the reason why all of you out there are tuning in right now. We appreciate you all so very much. Once again, y'all, talking with Jeff, Bucs Banter, and Joey K. These guys are amazing. Giving you guys a show here tonight. This is a pump up before the game, y'all. So I hope you're enjoying the hell out of it, because I know I definitely am. So, all right, y'all, let's get on into the lightning round, the final round of tonight's game. Wow, see, I'm getting too pumped up. I think it's a damn game. So, no, that was not the final round, Taryn. So we got the lightning round to go. But I think they're excited for this last one. So this is game plan. And this is always fun because you're going to talk about exactly what your team must do. And this is always cool because usually the opposing team basically tells the other person they're full of crap, which is a lot of fun. So I'm just saying, once again, we do get agreements here too. But with the lightning round here, what is your game plan tonight? And we're going to start once again with sorry, this one should have gone down here. So boom, this is the next one. So what is your game plan for the Buccaneers to beat the Eagles tonight? And I want as detailed, I want good stuff, as much as you can give, some fun, good stuff for the judges, and of course for all of our listeners out there. So once again, Jeff, we'll start with you, brother. What is your game plan tonight for your Buccaneers to beat these Eagles? What do you got to do?
So I alluded to it earlier, and Joey's been harping at Richard Sherman all day. So like I said, Todd Bowles has to stack the box, bring ridiculous amounts of pressure, just like in the Dolphins game, get Jalen Hurts out of his comfort zone, keep him in the box. Don't let him expand to, outside the hashes where he can run free. And then we're really going to get exposed with our secondary and Levante David being out. So, I mean, we really got to contain Zach Ertz and Jalen Hurts, because I'm not worried about the run game at all, because we are the number one run defense. And I don't think if Eagles that are all smart, which I don't know how much is left in the tank, they won't run the ball. So, I mean, we just have to, like I said, not allow them to spread the field and get deep shots to Quez, Watkins, and then maybe we'll focus on their number one draft pick, Devonta Smith. Sorry, I apologize. So yeah, I mean, really, we just got to stack the box, bring pressure. JPP's got to show up tonight with the club, and then Shaq Barrett's got to be relentless. I want to see a little bit more JTS. So Jalen, Joe on Tryon, Shalenka, or however you say his last name now. So I'm excited. I think that's what we really have to do. I mean, that'll key us up. I'm going 31-17 for the final score too.
Woo! And he gave a near 2 touchdown deficit. Man, that is up there. Yeah. Oh my gosh! Actually, no, you're going for the bigs, man. I like that though. You know what? Good stuff there. I think personally, that's not too. That's actually 2 touchdown victory there. So I think that's actually realistic for one of these teams tonight, so it makes sense. But once again, that's if these Eagles aren't fighting like hell. So we're gonna find out. Bucs Banter, give it to us, man. Same exact deal. What is your game plan for your Bucs tonight to beat these Eagles? And of course, if you'd like to, give a final score like Jeff did.
Yeah, so I like what Jeff's saying about generating pressure on Hurts, trying to keep him inside the pocket. I think the goal for the Buccaneers defense should be to try and do it with 4. We have a high enough paid, strong enough front 4 with Vita Vea and those other boys. I think we got to try and wreak havoc with 4 so we can play a nickel or dime defense and get some extra DBs out there to protect over the top, keep everyone in front of us. And then offensively, I don't want the Buccaneers to feel obligated like they got to force the ball downfield for home run shots. I don't think that's the way that they're going to attack this defense. I think they got to be smart and disciplined. Hit Fournette out of the backfield, involve Gio Bernard. And like I said off the top, man, feed Chris Godwin the rock, because he is a zone killer. And I think Philly's scheme is going to be to not let anything over the top. They've actually done a really good job of that this year. So it's to not be overly aggressive when you don't need to be. Just play smart and ultimately don't choke.
Agreed. Good stuff there.
Sorry, I'll give you a final score too. I think it's going to be closer, man. Like I wouldn't bet the spread for the Bucs, because I think Philly poses some interesting matchups. And like Joey talked about, we are susceptible on the back end of our defense. I'm going to say it's going to be a little bit closer. I'm going to say 31-26.
That is a very good score. And once again, man, this is a primetime this is literally, I mean, I know this is, of course, part of the name of the show, but it really is a primetime face-off. And these guys, it's incredible what players, how different they play when you're in this spotlight when no one else is playing. So good stuff there. Good way to put it. All right, Joey, you sat back and heard these two Bucs fans talking about this, man. Tonight, I want you to go ahead and talk about their game plans. Do you agree, disagree? Are they delusional? Are they pretty spot on? And then, of course, flipping it around, what is your game plan for the Eagles tonight to beat these Buccaneers? Details, brother. What you got?
No, I don't really have anything to argue about with what they said as far as the Bucs game plan to beat the Eagles. I mean, they're spot on. We do run the most zone coverage in the entire NFL, and it's not even close. We run it at a 91% clip, and the next closest, I believe, is 78%. So we run zone defense more than anyone. Godwin, I know back to his time at Penn State, very, very smart, very good across the middle. Brady loves that zone defense where he can pick apart the holes. I get that. Look, if I'm being an Eagles fan and I want keys to victory here, interior, it's going to be the opposite of what you guys said about Jalen Hurts, where you want to keep him in the pocket. I want to get Tom Brady out of the pocket. And by that, I mean interior disruption is production. Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave. If you look at Javon Hargrave's stats this year, he's number one in the NFL as far as an interior defensive lineman in damn near every single category. More than Vita Vea, who's great, don't get me wrong, no slouch. More than Aaron Donald, more than these guys that are always talked about in the media. Javon Hargrave is a wrecking ball, and him and Fletcher Cox are a great tandem. I do hope that Jonathan Gannon brings a little bit of pressure, and we can get Brady off the edge. Because if I could feel like we could get Brady off the edge, now he's looking down to his secondary read, his third read. And I like the fact that we got Steve Nelson and Darius Slay back there. It's a better corner tandem than a lot of people think. And Darius Slay is having one of the best years this year, too. Very, very quiet under the radar because he doesn't have as many picks as Trayvon Diggs. Not many people talk about him, but look up Darius Slay's stats. He's been amazing this year. So I say interior disruption right up the middle with Hargrave and Cox. And then offensively, use that Todd Bowles aggressiveness against him. Some things you guys alluded to. You want to see Todd Bowles get a little bit aggressive? Use that against him. Dial up some draws, dial up some screens to where you're letting that defensive pressure come in because you have a mobile quarterback. You could use him to buy a little more time and get that screen game going. Now you're up at the next level. Now there's no Levante David. Now there's a aging Richard Sherman. Now there's no Antoine Winfield. So I like our chances if we could use the aggressiveness against him as well. And look, guys, I come in on this show. I'm not going to sit here and pick the Bucs to win. I'm not saying I'm betting that. But if I'm on this show and I'm arguing against you two guys, and I'm in a corner by myself being the only Eagles fan right now, I'm saying 31-30 Birds on a last-second field goal by Jake Elliott. Let's go.
Hey, and that's what you're supposed to do, damn it. In our Picks League, and I hope you guys want to join in. Seriously, we have a Picks League going on right now. All you got to do is get 156 wins to get in. So we might be closing at half through the season. But it's a lot of fun. But in that Picks League that we run through IE Sports Radio, it's very simple, you guys. Very simple. Every single week, you have to pick your team, no matter what. Okay, it could be my stupid Raiders versus the Bucs. Obviously, we're probably not winning that game, but I have to pick my team anyway because, well, that's what loyal fans do. So thank you very much, Joey. That's what we're talking about. You got Dan in here cheering you on, man. So good stuff here. And, and I love this. I love this right here, Beantown Brandon. Joey, why did you have to bring up Super Bowl 52, bro? That could have been your one mistake.
Probably was.
All right. With that said, man, Jeff, Bucs Banter, I want to hear from both of you guys, man. Tell us, and yeah, absolutely, man. Good stuff there in the chat room. So, Jeff, we'll start with you. Give us, once again, your thoughts on what Joey just said, and hey, fire back and defend your team one last time. Right after he finishes Bucs Banter, you finish it off. After that, judges, I want those votes in as soon as possible. And well, we're gonna have our final here. So get us going.
I mean, Joey makes a great point. I mean, 3 games this year, his corners and secondary have been amazing. Under 200 yards passing, 158 versus the Panthers, 189 versus San Fran, and 136 versus the Falcons. So I mean, they are good, but I mean, they've only scored 32 times. Now it was against the Chiefs, which have the worst defense in the world, and the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, so they're averaging 23 points this year. So to score 30 on us tonight, I mean, that's a little bit of a reach, but I like it. I mean, you got to be optimistic when you're from Philadelphia. You don't have much else to do because the Phillies always let you down. Do they still have a hockey team? Is Ben Simmons back, or does he want to play? Like, what's going on in Philly? So, I mean,
our sports teams play in the city, not St. Petersburg. We play in the city.
We talking about the Rays. That's the only team that plays in St. Pete, which they
know.
shouldn't. And then the Flyers. I can't even talk about the Flyers. I'm sorry.
I know that
you
St.
got,
Peter's
you
birthday
got to be
threw me
that
off a little
passionate.
bit.
I know you keep talking about St. Pete, but I mean, you gotta be passionate about the Eagles. I mean, when that's pretty much all you have in that city, as far as like that. So I agree, Joey. You did good, man. You did great.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
I love you guys.
All right.
Buck.
Good stuff. Bucs Banter. Finish us off.
Yeah, I'll chime in a little quickly and more diplomatically than Jeff, though I appreciate that like backdoor cut that Joey. Joey, I thought you nailed it, man, talking about the interior pressure coming from the D-line, and I'm glad I wasn't about to bring up Hargraves and Cox as a combo, but you cleverly did so towards the end, and I do agree that's a huge factor. And we have a wicked O-line. I love our O-line. And it starts in the interior with Ryan Jensen as a center position, one of the meanest dudes in football, and he's banged up right now. So that could definitely play in your favor. And I totally agree with your game plan, dude. And yeah, like I said with the Bucs, man, they just got to take care of business, do what they got to do, and hopefully that's what happens tonight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude the face-off. My goodness, what a battle, man! Great stuff, amazing points by all of you guys, man. That was fun, and I appreciate you all so very much for being here tonight and being a part of this thing, and it was definitely a great night. So with that said, guys, I have to actually read all of this for you guys, and this is going to be awesome. All right, so I haven't really read before because I have to leave the screen, but I have to now. Like, seriously, I have to. So, with that said, before we do that, we're going to take a quick look here at the voting poll for who you guys think won the game. So, for who you diehards, that is, think won the game. So, ours going to win that night. So, once again, big ups to everybody. That's right. Amazing face-off. Well done, gents. Our two judges. I wish we would have three tonight. So, all right, guys, here we go. Let's start things off with the overall vote for who you, the listeners, think are going to win this thing here tonight. So this one was a little lopsided, but it's all good. Listeners out there, for the game tonight, you, the listeners, are going with 75% of you are taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this thing here tonight, which as it is exactly as you would think. I mean, you got the tougher team. Well, the team that's won more, the team that has Tom Brady, the team that is won Super Bowl last year, and the Eagles team who just has a lot to prove. So absolutely, it's obvious, but it's all good. So we still have the face-off here tonight, and man, this is crazy result. So, gentlemen, I have to actually go off screen and read this, but you guys can still hear me. So this is awesome, what the judges were saying here tonight. So this is what how the messages went as goes. So X Factors. Taryn is taking Joey 10-1, or sorry, 10-9 in X Factors. Of course, boxing scoring here. In the fire round, Taryn also takes Joey 9-8. And overall, in this lightning round, he said 9-9. Majority goes to Joey. So overall, Taryn, that is his pick tonight. He is taking Joey. But it all comes down to Brandon's pick here. It could actually be a draw. It could also be a majority, which is going to go to Joey if he wins this thing. If Brandon does give it, his vote is in. So let's take a look at it. So X Factors. Beantown Brandon, 10-9 is taking. He calls it the Bucs Banter team. So Bucs Banter and Jeff. Next up in the fire round, he says Joey 10-5 for ripping apart these Bucs fans for renting my ex-quarterback. Only wish I could have told Bucs Banter myself, but I appreciate you, Joey. However, Bucs Banter, before that, you won my vote with the Beantown Brew. Cheers, bro. So in the overall lightning round, he's going to take 9-9, he says here. Bucs Banter, Joey, you have my support forever for the previous round. Go Eagles tonight. But Bucs Banter gets my vote here overall, and the overall vote is going to go to Jeff and Bucs Banter, which can only mean one thing, you guys. Damn it, I wish we had a third judge tonight. Tonight's bout will be a draw. No, I know. Damn it. I wish we would have had a third freaking jugs tonight. I'm sorry, you guys. I know. Total bummer. Womp womp. I know. That sucked. That was totally on me, though, in my extremely busy, crazy day. But as you can see, these things are pretty fun. And when we have all three judges and everything, it is actually a really good time, of course. So I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves tonight. But that was a lot of fun. Terrence says here, Bucks 35, Eagles 24. Eagles will battle in the first half, but the Bucks will turn it around in the second half. And yeah, Dan, I know, brother. But wait a minute, Dan, you're biased, brother. You're an Eagle, so can't do that. Anyway,
let Dan vote. Let Dan vote.
Let Dan vote. So with that, gentlemen, that was a lot of fun tonight, and we are just getting ready to kick off in about a half an hour's time. So, gentlemen, this is going to be the closing of the show here tonight. Taryn also says, sorry, Joey, it looks like you'll be hugging your sister, a definition, oh my gosh, yes, definition of a tie. As we all heard it before, a tie is like kissing your sister. Still a girl, but ew. So yeah, it's yeah, not cool. So you guys know that one. But with that said, you guys, that is gonna be that. But one more go around here. You guys are awesome. Jeff, Bucs Banter, then Joey in that order. Please, gentlemen, tell us where all these awesome listeners, man, we got a lot tonight, can find you, and how, and of course, plug yourselves, y'all. So Jeff, start with you, man.
Hey, you can follow me at 4South78. I mean, I'm pretty positive person for the most part. I mean, unless you come at me, and I just follow Joey, so you know there's no love lost there. It's all peaceful. So hey, that's where to find me, and I appreciate you guys having me tonight. Bucs Banter, really good. I look forward to hearing your podcast, so I'll check it out, and still obviously everybody here appreciate it.
Awesome, man. Thanks for being here, man. Bucs Banter.
Yeah, as you see on the screen there, at Bucs Banter on Twitter. I usually try and get most of my thoughts out there. I also run a website, bucsbanter.ca. We have a weekly, at least once a week, we do our podcast, Bucs Banter Podcast. And we don't just talk Bucs, we talk all NFL. And I love the NFL draft. That's where I got my start. So that's my greatest passion. So I love talking all NFL. So I just want to make that clear. Joey, I really like Kenny Gaines coming out this year, man. I thought that was a steal. So that's it. Yeah.
And last but not least, Joey, let us know, man. Let all these diehards know where they can find you.
Well, first off, guys, thanks for having me on the show. It was great talking with Bucs Banter, Jeff. I make sure I follow all of you guys. You can follow me personally at Scooter McGilly1, at Scooter McGilly1. But more importantly, follow the podcast that I'm on. It's Talking 215. Talking without a G, at Talking 215. We're 4 for 4. Phillies, Flyers, Sixers, Phillies, Eagles. Jeff threw me off there, with we really only have one team to talk about, the Eagles. But again, come and join the pod. Come and talk to us. I followed all you guys too. Bucs Banter, if you're ever down to talk NFL draft, that's my baby. That's where I go from. I mean, we could talk about late round sleepers, undrafted free agents. We could talk about Senior Bowl, whatever you want to do, my man. So really appreciate the time today, guys. Go Eagles, at Talking 215. Give it a follow.
I love it, gentlemen. That's what it's all about, man. I am totally I'm more of a college guy than I ever will be in the pros. I mean, I love the pros, but I love it, man. So great stuff, gentlemen. Great stuff. Closing statement, Being Time Brandon. Joey, do you regret that Super Bowl comment right about now? LOL.
I'll never regret any comment when it comes to us winning a Super Bowl, because the trash talk that would have been on this show if we had zero would have been relentless. So I'll take an L. I'll take a draw all day as long as I get to talk about that Super Bowl.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, brother. So, gonna follow all you guys. Thanks. That's absolutely right, man. For a follow. Great 3-and-out show tonight. Best luck to you guys. Go Pats. We will beat the Cowboys. Oh, man. He's off to another game. So, gentlemen, that is that. Yeah, I know Joey's not gonna be against that one. So, with that said, Jeff, Bucs Banter, Joey, you guys have been amazing. Thank you all so very much for being here tonight. Have a wonderful rest of your evenings, y'all. Take care. God bless you and your families. And I'll see you guys hopefully very soon on the next 3 and Out, y'all, when you guys are in prime time. Take care, you guys.
All right. God bless. Thank you, guys.
Sounds
God
good.
bless you.
See you, boys.
All righty, you guys. That is going to do it for tonight's show. But make sure to stick around for my final go for the night, my final weigh-in, to let you know who I think is going to take this thing. So, quick and dirty, this is going to be, it shouldn't be very long. At least you all tried. I didn't win my, no, sorry about that, Taryn. Sorry, brother, but there's more coming up, man. So, your Chargers still won. Hey, just be happy about that, darn it. I'll take that versus the primetime victory anyway. A primetime face-off victory any day. So anyway, that is going to do it for tonight's show. But my final weigh-in, as you know, is going to definitely be the Buccaneers. Why am I saying it's going to definitely be? Because, well, they're just a little bit. I think they're just the better team. At the end of the day, guys, to quote Taryn here, I could be eating crow, but I'm okay with that because I love a good battle. I love a good battle. I want underdogs to win. I'm just picking this because, well, it's the safer bet, and I definitely want to win the Picks League this year. I won it a couple of years ago, and I want to win another one. So I just really think, though, tonight the Eagles are going to fight. They're home. They're going to bring everything they could possibly bring. They're going to throw everything and the kitchen sink at the Buccaneers. But at the end of the day, you guys, the Bucs are just a tough team. The offensive line, strong. They're going to play a very good defensive line tonight. I cannot wait to see that matchup. To me, I feel like that's going to be the matchup of the entire game. The offensive line of the Buccaneers taking on the defensive line of the Eagles. Regardless, it's not going to be enough, I don't think. And I would love to make that be enough. And I really think it's going to be a closer game than everyone thinks. I'm going to go 24-17 Buccaneers. Why? Because the Eagles, I think, are going to actually probably win the lead in this game. Maybe a few. It's going to be tough. They're going to be strong. They're going to come out fighting. And if the Eagles win this thing, my goodness, I would love to see a good upset. But at the end of the day, I'm definitely going to take those Buccaneers. So that will do it. Big ups to everybody tonight in the chat room. Yeah, I think it'd be surprising as well too, man. So got them Red Sox going on, and absolutely, Taryn, you got that victory on that. You guys got the Chargers got the victory over the Raiders the other weekend, on Monday Football, that is. So be happy, man. So with that said, you guys, that is gonna do it for me here tonight. I will see you guys coming up. By the way, whoopsies, how did I forget all this tonight? I can't leave until we, of course, show some love to our sponsors. Huge shout out and thank you to the Southern California Warriors and Background Check International. So big ups to all those sponsors out there showing us love. Southern California Warriors getting a big victory over the Morgan Valley Mercury, 44-0 last past weekend. Best of luck to the Warriors going into this week, taking on the Inland Empire Kings. So good game, should be a good game there. And then of course, big ups to once again follow the SoCal Warriors at SoCal Warriors on Twitter, at Southern California _Warriors on Instagram. And of course, follow Southern California Warriors on Facebook as well. Also, make sure to follow Background Check International. Check out Kit Freeman for all of your background check needs. If you run a business, he's definitely the guy to go to. Show him some love, man. And, place your order. Once again, background checks are only for legal purposes and not illegal purposes. So we appreciate you very much for respecting that. And check out www.bcint.com. Once again, that's at www.bcint.com. And check him out on Facebook at Background Check International _BCI. And of course, follow us here at IE Sports Radio, at IE Sports Radio on Twitter, at IE Sports Radio on Instagram, and at IE Sports Radio. Give us a like at IE Sports Radio on Facebook. We certainly like that. And you can follow me, your boy Larry B, at the THE_LB53. Once again, that's at the THE_LE53. And that'll do it for tonight, you guys. Until then, I will see you coming up on Sunday for the next primetime face-off. Seahawks and Steelers. That should be a good one, y'all. With that said, I will see y'all next week. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.